Ben, is Alex Pereira living in a world where he's just benefiting from being there at the right time? Because you go back 5 years in this division, the top five is myself, wrestler, Jones, wrestler,
Yes.
Bader, wrestler,
Yep.
Rumble Johnson was a wrestler,
Yep.
Phil Davis was a wrestler. Is he benefiting from living in the right time right now? Because his top five is Yuri, striker, Jamal, striker, Rakic, striker. Ankalaev is a bit of a grappler too, but
Little
he's
bit.
mostly a striker.
Yeah, not grappling heavy. Yeah, and this is
Exactly.
Daniel. It's weird, because one of the things that you would say about mixed martial arts, or that you generally thought, which now he is, I mean, he's going up there on like the all-timer list at this point,
Yes, he is.
and it's wild because one of the things you would have said previously is if someone is so specific with one genre, they're gonna fight someone who's gonna have like, a rock thing about rock, paper, scissors, right?
Yep.
And they all beat each other. You're gonna fight someone who's different stylistically from you at some point. But he's this far in. I mean, he's two belts in and many defenses in, and he still hasn't fought a really good wrestler. And
I don't
it's
think there is.
weird.
I don't think there is any.
Well, it's weird. I mean, that would go to another
Tell
point.
me
Is like,
one, Ben, in the top
well,
10.
let me ask you this. Why are really good guys choosing not to wrestle at this point? That one's weird to me because, say 10 years ago-ish, right? There was all these high-level wrestlers coming in, and now we don't see all that many high-level wrestlers making the transition, so you're not going to get them at the top of the
That's what I
divisions.
was saying. Like, where are all the people that wrestle that weigh 230 pounds?
Yeah, for real.
Like, seriously, because tell me the top 10. I bet you could pull up the light heavyweight top 10 right now in the UFC.
I will do it
When
for
you
you.
look at that and you look at the people there, they're not, and they don't seem to have many matchups that will cause him a ton of problems. I bring this up because of this. I don't know if he wants to. I don't know how long he can run this type of string together because everybody he fights will have to strike with him. And when
Yeah,
you strike with him, it is proven time and time again that he knocks you out.
yeah.
So if you don't
I
have
mean,
that ability,
Daniel, you look at 185 and 195. There's not really a person in the top 10 in either division that is like you would say is a super high level wrestler and uses it a lot in mixed martial arts. Yeah, and for weird, yeah, it's weird because they just don't exist. Heavyweight, that's not really the case. Blades shoots a lot of takedowns. Aspinall does.
Aspinall can wrestle, Blades
Almeida
can
can wrestle
wrestle,
and grapple.
Jones can
So
wrestle, Almeida can wrestle.
yeah,
Those
but at
guys are
80,
all
85 and at
205.
205, it's thin.
Who's 205 top 10?
We got
10.
Alex,
Start
Yuri,
at 10.
Ankalaev.
No, start at 10. In TV,
Okay,
you always go
10.
backwards.
Okay, sorry, Anthony Smith. Anthony
Okay.
Smith. Who does
Hey,
think he
bro,
can he
stop.
could beat him,
Stop.
but I'm not certain
Anthony
about
Smith's
that.
my boy. He
I
is
love
not
him
in the
too.
top 10 after last weekend.
Okay, well, he is. I'm on the website and he currently is. So
He's number 10 after that fight he had last weekend.
I don't know. Maybe they haven't updated. I'm not certain.
Okay, bro,
So
because come
Smith,
on.
Ozdemir, Roundtree, Walker, Krylov, Rekic, Blachowicz, Hill, Ankalaev, Prohaska.
I mean, I guess Jan Bohovic can be considered a guy that
He's
wrestles.
not grappling heavy.
I'm just saying, though, when they fought each other, he was able to take him down and control him.
Well, and so that's the thing that feels so weird about Pereira is like I said, you kind of have to start putting him in the all-timer category when he's won
Yes.
multiple belts, defended titles. But then you think about, okay, well, Jan's not really a good wrestler and took him down and kept him down the whole round, right? The whole
Yeah.
round. Izzy, who's not a wrestler, took him down and kept him down for a significant amount of
Izzy
time,
can wrestle a little bit.
a little bit. And so you think like, okay, if he fights a really good wrestler, this may be a problem for him. But then you look at the rankings to your point and you say, but there are none.
Are there any
Weird.
guys in that ranking that you would consider favored to beat him? I mean,
No.
Ankalaev odds, he's a plus 130 dog against Ankalaev.
Yeah.
Is that
I
the
mean,
only one?
I'm in for Ankalaev. And we've talked about this many times. I am kind of against the champ thing. I loved it back in the day when George
Yeah.
St. Pierre and Anderson Silva, when they fought everyone in the division, they cleared out their divisions. They beat everyone, right? I'm all in for that. So there's still some guys in here he hasn't fought, and he's one of, it seems to be one of the only champions currently who wants to be really active. Like he's
He's very
fighting.
active.
Yeah, he's fighting
Ben,
frequently. So like,
do you put him in there with Ankalaev as a promotion, knowing the dangers of that fight whenever you have a guy in Pereira who is really a massive star? Ben, he says Chama. He says Chama. Like seriously, he says Chama. And people go crazy, dog. I put a
yeah,
video of him. I was doing that stupid walk that he does.
yeah.
And at the end, he goes, Chama. It's got like 80,000 likes,
Oh
bro, on
my
my
God,
Instagram.
so ridiculous.
It's crazy, bro. So
So hold
is
on,
there
I do what you asked me a question. I do put
I'm
him in
saying
there.
that, is there a part of you as a promotion where you go, I kind of put him in there with somebody else?
Well, okay, so let's talk about this. The UFC does and has try to move people up the rungs faster. Sean O'Malley kind of had a nice path. Alex Pereira had a nice path to Adesanya. They do this. But the one thing the UFC, to my knowledge, does not do
It's protected.
is protect. And listen, they might give you a more favorable fight one time, right? They might say, "Oh,
Yeah.
let's jump this guy because this one's going to be big money or whatever." But they're not going to do it over the course of 3 or 4 or 5 fights. They do not protect you. Remember that famous Vince McMahon quote that he said about mixed martial arts, which was funny. He said, "They'll never make $1 billion because they can't control the outcomes, right? So they can't
Yes.
make the stars."
Star building. Star
Yes,
building.
but they've done it. So I don't see any reason why they wouldn't change. And like I said, they might pick a couple opponents, but they're not going to protect him for a long time. He's going to have to fight the best guys in the division or bump up. And honestly, Aspinall is a significantly tougher fight
He's
than
so
anyone in his
dangerous.
division.
Aspinall for him is so dangerous.
Yes,
Aspinall for him is so dangerous. He's so big and he's so good at everything. I
yes.
don't know if that. Hey, but I tell you one thing. Jones said now he might stick around because he goes the options are looking great. And if I'm Jones, look, man, if I'm Jones, I fight Stipe, I beat Stipe, and then I call out the UFC to make Pereira go up, knowing that you can take all that thunder because Jones versus Pereira would be
Yeah.
a massive
But
payday, but also
I listen, I love Alex Pereira, so it almost feels, I feel guilty saying this, but it feels like that would be similar to Cyril Gane.
yes. Hey, bro, Jones is a minus 800 favorite to fight Pereira and beat Pereira
Yeah,
if they were to fight. So it's
yeah,
just like not a great matchup, but I
yeah.
love Alex, man. It couldn't have happened to a better guy
I agree.
than Pereira, his team, and those people because Chama is one of the coolest words I've ever heard in
Um,
my entire life. Hey, bro.
but Jon Jones is I mean, I don't know. It's like I feel like, and this is me as a fan, I feel like I get so sick of it. And I have to assume other fans feel the same way as me. Is like it just feels like he's constantly playing games. I mean, he's fought
Yeah.
one time, Cyril Gane. His fight before that was February of 2020. We're talking 4.5 years ago. He's had a
Yeah.
singular fight.
No, I know. It's
It's
well,
yeah, it's
he
wild.
got hurt last time, so you got to give him a
Yeah,
little.
but 4.5 years. How many times can you be hurt?
Yeah. Hey Ben, just before we move on real quick, because we can't stay long today. You have
Yes,
stuff, I have
I
stuff.
do.
But
Hmm.
bro, Yuri Prohachka had convinced himself that Alex was doing.
I hate it. I literally brought that up. I do those videos for my bookie. Man, if you start talking like that, that is a clear sign you're gonna get your ass kicked. Like if you're starting to worry about witchcraft, like nope, you're done. You're not gonna win. And I said it. I said, listen, if he's worried about witchcraft, this is gonna be over quick. He's gonna get knocked out, and that was what happened.
Ben, he walked off
What?
the stage after weigh-ins. He goes, I could see it in his eyes. He was trying to do something. He was like,
You're
it was
crazy.
awesome. No, seriously, bro. Whenever Alex's song was playing and Yuri was in the middle of the octagon, he's literally like pulling in the energy and like putting it inside of himself
Oh my
in the
God.
octagon. It was
Dude,
the
when you get that far, it's a little too far. And that, yeah, I mean, I said it. I said it like I hate this. hate the fact they think about this, and if you think about that type of stuff, man, it's probably
It,
over for you.
it was awesome, dude. I
Oh my
love Yuri.
God.
I love Yuri, bro.
Oh
I
wow.
love Yuri so much. He's the best.